Ma'am. Mm. Mm. Ma'am.
We are here
What are you doing?
in the place to be. Uh.
What are you doing? Alright, we got 2 people to join. Hi, everybody.
Somebody.
Yeah, 2 people.
Hi.
Are you acting shy? Hmm?
You sharing it on Facebook too?
Yeah. Shouldn't do that. I said I shouldn't have done that.
Oh. He's so quiet. I wish we had like elevated music to play. As we wait.
Last time, it took us like 2 minutes to get started because I didn't know to click that to make that come up.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you.
Bless you, child.
You like hi? Hi. I feel like my voice just cracked when I said hi.
Yeah.
Like it's rather raspy. I guess once a few more people come in, we can get started and go through the comments. What are you doing?
Oh, you're going through the comments on our review show?
No. Like the people that are talking. Hey. No, we're not turning that on my phone.
What's you trying to say?
The live stream. She's like clicking on the picture to try to watch it on my phone. Hey, ma'am, what are you doing? Do you want to play with? I don't have another computer for you to play with. You can give her your broken laptop.
Where?
I have no idea.
Man, you was smacking too early.
What's that? Oh, we were eating dinner?
Yeah. I was like, you making your own mukbang. What is it, mukbang or mukbang?
I've heard people say mukbang, mukbang. I don't really know because,
my country says mukbang.
I was about to say, because I'm country, I don't have an answer for that.
That's all you heard. I was like,
it was good.
I was like, close your mouth.
Was it not good though?
It was tasty. It was very tasty.
Kimberly said, "Happy birthday, Tommy."
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Tommy's old now.
Not old, but just better.
You're older than me.
I am better.
You're older than me.
I am older than you, but I am better.
For the short, what is it, like 6 weeks?
Yeah.
We're 2 different ages?
I think it's 6 weeks.
Something like that.
It's a month for sure. It's 4 weeks for sure. And then
February 12th to March 12th was 1 month.
Yeah.
And then the 12th
through about 7 weeks.
Yeah.
About 7. Not 7, 7. 7. No, man.
I feel like I need to angle this down.
It's almost super funny though.
I didn't know that I was smacking. Yeah, my bad.
I was like, close your mouth, man.
My bad.
Close your mouth.
I hadn't had any really good, like, I hadn't had crab legs in a long time.
It's been a minute.
But I hadn't had, I don't think we've ever had crab legs together until.
Yeah, we have, because you had to show me how to do it.
When?
Like, I didn't know how to eat crab legs.
When did we have crab legs together?
I don't remember when we had them, but I just didn't know how to do crab legs. And then you was like, you got to break them right here. That's my Artieka voice.
That's a terrible Artieka voice. BT Dub. Hi.
Hey. You gotta eat them this way.
I don't remember that at all.
That's too funny.
Hey, Lily. No, ma'am. Okay, you going with Daddy? When he comes back in here, I'll tell him. He just got a birthday wish phone call. Sounds like it's from his uncle. So did everybody get to watch Married at First Sight Wednesday night? My whole family just left me. The baby followed him and everybody just trailed off down the hall. I feel like it's super quiet in here now. So are you of the same opinion that I am, that the panic attack was caused by finding out that news about the baby on the way? Because it just really felt like, I should say the panic attack. It felt like since he knew it that morning, he definitely knew it the day after the wedding. And I was watching somebody else's video today about him basically posting on Facebook that Jamie Otis was wrong for the things that she said about him, which I don't really know what she said about him because I only watch Unfiltered. Like, I don't follow Jamie. I never watched her season, so the only thing that I know Jamie as is the first successful relationship of Married at First Sight. But he posted something along the lines of she was embarrassing to her husband, and the only reason they were villainizing him is because he's a black man and she is a white woman. Yes, I too am over Paige. I watched as much as I could without yelling at my TV. I won't say that I didn't yell at the TV because I would just randomly yell out things. Most of them were words that I don't say on the internet. But we definitely yelled a few things at the TV. You had another happy birthday wish. I told him you just went and got the phone. Was that Dion?
Yeah.
I thought so. I heard loudness. I was like, that's Terry. I'm not sure when he found out, but I do think it was prior to the day he told Paige. Chris seems like a manipulator and being a victim. Yep. Needs to just take the criticism. He knows he's wrong. The race card is not going to work. Black people are mad at him. Yeah, the race card thing really bothered me because I don't think that had anything to do with the way that people are criticizing him. Again, I didn't see Jamie's season. Maybe in the meantime of in between season, what are we on, 12? In between season 12 and season 13, I might attempt to watch season 1. Really, your rubber band popped.
What race card they talking about?
Oh, I had texted you about this. So Chris was posting on Facebook that Jamie embarrassed her husband on national TV, and nobody said anything about her because she was a white woman.
Look, nobody was watching it at that time. At least I wasn't watching it. That's the first thing.
A lot of people didn't get on the bandwagon on the first season. Like, it seems like this has gotten a large following since we've all been stuck in the house. Yeah. Paige needs to deepen her walk because God is not the author of chaos in this. Yeah. Absolutely right. I posted on Facebook this morning that we put a lot on God that was not his doing. Should he even be on social media? I don't think so, but he posted on the Married at First Sight Lifetime page that he was willing to do Unfiltered if it was in person. I don't know what that means because everybody else was in person with Jamie. Maybe he just wanted to be one-on-one with just him and Jamie so he could attempt to embarrass her. That's my feeling because, manipulator. I saw where Jamie told Paige to run. She deserves better. Yeah, that was one of the things that he commented on, and then the other one was on his actual personal Facebook page. I just saw screenshots of it because I don't attempt to follow people from Married at First Sight. I think the only person that I have followed thus far was Miles, and I did that from our August Love Story account. But I'm gonna be completely honest, I very seldom scroll through Instagram on that account. Jamie and Doug are the first successful couple. They were on season 1. She thought he was ugly, but she was very open and came around to him. She broke down and cried at the wedding. Yeah, that's what I've heard, and that's basically him trying to say she was wrong. Jamie was bad, but she didn't cheat or have a relationship just before going to the show. She got to know Doug and eventually fell in love with him. So many people's relationships don't start off as like, oh my God, you're gorgeous. I'm so happy that, we got matched with each other. It's just, it is what it is. I know that on Married at First Sight, from watching an interview that Woody and Amani recently did, and I think I might talk about this last week, they literally said, you tell the experts what you want, and if you tell the truth, you'll get what you're looking for. But a lot of the times, people aren't telling the truth about themselves, or they're not telling the truth about what they want. They're kind of doing an idealized version of it. But I can't say that I think Chris told the truth about what he wanted. I would think that the way that Paige has like jumped into this experiment, it seems like she kind of told the truth exactly about what she was looking for. She just wasn't an expert on saying, make sure he finished his past relationship before coming around here, and also make sure he don't have a baby on the way. Which, why would you think that someone would have a baby on the way? Would you like me to catch you up?
No.
Basically, the only thing they talked about, that we've said, was that Jamie and Doug were the first successful relationship, and Jamie was bad, but she didn't cheat or have a.
Yeah, Jamie was terrible. Like, dog, I ain't like.
You watch?
I seen that part.
Oh, that was in your initial binge.
But like, nah, I don't know.
Are you
what
cooking with the?
I don't know what made me watch it, but I was like, Jamie, what are you doing? Like, she ran out and went to the corner and cried. Don't let her do that.
They say what they think the experts want to hear. You may not get matched, but it's a risk when you tell them the truth. I mean, I would rather be truthful about what I want than have to go through having having a relationship and it not be what I'm looking for, just because I wanted to lie to make sure that I ended up on a TV show. Even if he didn't have a baby on the way, is he a fit for Paige? His ego and arrogance are not really husband material in my book. That's one of those, is something for everybody. I mean, somebody for everybody type situations. There are people that marry egomaniacs or egotistical people, or people that are arrogant. But, when you go into it from that regard, I think maybe what she was looking for was good on paper, and I don't know how they take into account for ego and arrogance and things like that, because most people are not going to paint themselves as arrogant or anything like that.
Because most people don't think of themselves as being arrogant.
Yeah. A lot of people aren't that self-aware.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Lily, what did you just do?
Wow.
The screen got really big and then it went back small. I'm going to just scoot this back a little bit. Okay. And then she clicked on this comment.
Exactly. Man, what was that one?
Which one?
Even if he didn't have a baby on the way.
Is he a fit for Paige?
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think he's a fit for Paige just because of the things that he really wants.
No, ma'am.
And he wants an Instagram model because, honestly, they haven't had, it's a particular look they have. Mm-hmm. And he's like, man, I can go on here and find me a good looking wife that'll sit down and do X, Y, and Z for me.
I don't know that there is a I'm sorry, I'm walking off. I don't know that there is a a way to like just give a specific look.
Yeah.
Like you have to go beyond.
But I mean, like that's the thing though, man. He's still looking at the superficial of how she looks and you know of how she looks. Um, and I mean, like for a lot of people, that's the first. A lot of people don't want to admit that that's what they're into. Is like,
The physical.
yeah, the physical.
But
But
a
I mean,
physical
like
doesn't make a marriage.
a physical is what brings you to the table.
The physical, not a physical.
Yeah.
The physical doesn't make a marriage.
Let's see what this one say. The first season, the participants didn't have the looks question or picks because the participants initially thought it was a dating show. Wow, didn't know that. Then when they got to the casting call, they told them that's trickery.
Yeah, but you have to agree to go through with it.
Right. That's true. I remember Chris wanted a freak in the sheets, God-fearing, submissive woman. I don't remember too many physical attributes, but Pastor Cal was worried about him being shallow and not like her. Yeah, like that. That was one of when I went back and watched the picking part, the matching show, or the matchmaking special. That was one of the biggest things. The only thing he was concerned with was money and how he looks to other people. Um, I mean, like at some point you have to grow out of that, man. You have to honestly stop caring to what people think. To really just enjoy your life. Because I mean, like you think about it, man, Paige could be an amazing woman. We don't know because we don't know her. But Paige could be an amazing woman. And he won't get to know her because the only thing he's looking at is the physical. Mm-hmm. Like that's, I mean, like let's be honest, man. That's a major hurdle because you have to be attracted to a person. But I mean, hey, man, you signed up for the show.
I mean, thinking about this as myself, I would be less if I was to do that. I would be less of the looks portion of it because there hasn't been a like across the board look to guys that I've dated.
Hey, Jazz 90 Nicole. Does that say that?
Yes, that says Nicole. Now they give them a catalog of picks and they pick from them. That is why Luke and Kate should not have happened. Luke is the what did they do? Speed dating guy.
Yeah. So they give them a catalog of pictures from the other,
like the actual like the potential cast. Yeah. That's interesting.
I didn't know that.
I guess that kind of makes sense because you wouldn't want to see these people and be like, oh my God, absolutely not. And then that ends up being the person that is at the ending of the aisle. Stop, Lily. Mm-hmm. Lily, what are you doing?
Really have to take a break. It's like,
but she just came and like shook the camera and then walked off. I guess that's different.
What?
The picking the pictures, like going through a catalog of people. And saying, hey, I think this person is attractive.
I mean, like, they definitely are going to improve on their selections at this point, like, because of the foolery that Chris is doing now. So, I mean, like, that's just an improvement from where they were.
Season 1. Yeah. Going forward. Because I know, I don't remember what season it was. I want to say it was Chicago was the first season that I watched.
Yeah.
Things have evolved a lot from there because when I first started watching, their honeymoons were in different locations.
Right.
And now, and I don't think they had much like.
And when I started watching, they had to stay at each other's house.
Yeah, I remember that too. Because that was the season with the black couple where the girl is now pregnant, and I have no idea what anybody's name is.
Jeffy and.
No, not Jeffy. Shanice is not pregnant.
Somebody was pregnant.
Yeah, there's a girl, but she's not pregnant by her married at first sight husband. She is just pregnant.
Like, you missing me with that one.
I'll have to find her name. No, people with different genetic so they can determine someone's type. Oh, okay.
What's that?
So they're not people that were on the cast.
Oh, okay.
They're just people. Jasmine and Will probably. We do this every week. Let me see. Jasmine
Right.
and Will.
You trying to figure
Married
it out,
at
though?
first sight. Images. Yes, her. She's pregnant. It's Jasmine.
Oh, wow.
Jasmine is pregnant. And I do this every week, and I'm like, Tommy, you know who I'm talking about? And he's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't know who you were talking about because I didn't
He didn't know, really. He didn't know. He did not know.
Philly. Greg and Deanna, they're pregnant too.
Yes, Greg and Deanna are pregnant.
Yeah.
But Jasmine is who I'm talking about because Jasmine was I don't know why they didn't work out. I don't really remember that season. That was when you watched, and I was just kind of in and out of.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jasmine, but they didn't move in with each other. Yeah, I remember both of them being homeowners. And that was an issue because nobody wanted to give up their home. They went. I think that was one of the first seasons where they went to the other person's house and they like saw how they lived before the honeymoon or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was something funky like that.
It was the earlier seasons where they went to stay in each other's homes. Exactly like the phone incident in season 11. That's one of the reasons they took their phones together. Season 11. That was last season, right? Yeah, because we're on 12.
Oh, because she saw what's my girl Karen saw.
Oh yeah, Karen saw Miles and had an emotional breakdown in the bathroom because he was too emotional. Will was too stiff and didn't warm up to Jasmine. That's what it was.
That's true.
I don't remember. Hi.
Hey, Anissa. Did I say it right? Anissa or Anissa?
Yes, they were from Philadelphia. What phone incident? Taking the phone from Karen.
Yeah. She's like, no, come on.
The interesting thing is that Woody and Amani said that they had actually met each other like a week before. Yeah, the week that they found out that they were getting married, they met each other at a bar.
Oh.
Because his friend was the chef and she had ordered some food, and so she sent him to go get her food.
Yeah.
Jasmine didn't want him to pay for everything. Oh, Jasmine wanted him to pay for everything, and he didn't want to. Let's not get Tommy started on that. Because when Tommy starts on that, y'all gonna think one thing, and it's totally different from what everybody thinks.
Completely different, but it's man.
He has very strong viewpoints.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amani worked at the bar. But she said she wasn't at work. I don't know if she was at work that day, but she said she knew his friend was a chef and his friend had made some food. And she was like, he's cute, but I'm engaged. Little did they know that they were getting married. You can say what you feel.
Nah, it's nothing big. It's just I feel like a man paying for everything is such an olden thing. Mm-hmm. Now with women going to college, there's more women in college now. It's more women with big time jobs now. There's more women with college degrees. You know, I don't feel like a woman. Like I still feel like a woman should be treated like a woman and catered to.
You say woman, so country. Yes, a woman.
How you say it? I don't know how I'm supposed to say it. A lady, a nice young lady should be treated like a lady, and you know, and all those things. But I think it should be a coming together of funds, and not the man pays for everything. No, that's silly to me, because that's unrealistic in times today. The wage rate does not equal the economy. Like it didn't go together. So it's like, why would you do that? It's a partnership, one thing. And most people disagree with me on that. But I digress.
Did most people disagree with you?
Yeah, a lot of people are like, no.
I think that if you took what you believe and you truly applied it, like, and did a like full out, this is the Like, this is what I believe. A lot more people would agree with you.
Exactly, Wilton. One pot. Whoa,
He
man.
does say, "Oh, whoa, man."
Whoa, man, lady. Give me a lady friend.
But yeah, I think that we got started with this with Naya from Ready to Love.
Right.
Man,
and me and you had a long discussion about it.
And what it came out to be was basically, I won't say what Naya said, but essentially what Naya's thought process was.
Yeah.
Because one of like Tommy's things is that he always wants to pay the bill of where we live. So mortgage, rent, whatever it is, he wants to be in control of that. It's no splitting that. And that's essentially what most people are looking at by men pay everything. So it is what it is.
Right. That's the thing.
It seems they always try to use that provider storyline with black couples.
Thank you, Kimberly.
That's true.
It's like it's because a man.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, Monica. I appreciate it. Because a man decides to like. The thing is, it's like, okay, we both, like, take me and Artieka for example. We both have the same last name. We live together. What we bring into the house, we have to make sure that we take care of the house first. You know, like all the other stuff is kind of like, okay, you buy what you need here, you buy what you need, you buy what you want, and stuff like that. We talk to each other about our finances and stuff, but we still have our own separate pots. But it's a matter of coming together. I don't bring up, you know, if I'm paying, like I pay the rent, I don't say, well, I'm paying the rent. You know what I'm saying? You need to do X, Y, and Z. No, like both of us have been on the side to where I had to pay every single bill, been on the side to where she's had to pay every single bill, and we just figure out how it works.
Yeah, I have an issue with embracing the struggle love situation, but I also think that when we look at, like Kimberly was saying, with the black couples, it being a storyline, we look at things like, we have to point out about finances. It's very seldom that you hear white couples have to like talk about that on reality TV. And then also people not being realistic about the future struggles of a relationship. Krista Page's marriage is fake. Maybe they did enough to get us riled up, but they also got us riled up to the point where some of us are just like, I don't want to watch.
Yeah. I said if they do, like, they have to do their vetting a little bit different next time, just because if they have a situation like Chris and Paige again, it's gonna hurt the show more than it.
People will stop watching then.
People are watching this now because it's a train wreck, but then like if it happens again, they're gonna be like,
But like, I mean, we've had, I don't want to call them train wrecks, but we've had explosive characters.
Man, this is the show. A train.
No, I'm not saying that this isn't, but I'm just saying, like, in the past, like Taylor and Brandon, that was an explosive relationship. Shanice and Jeffy was a lot to deal with. Yeah.
At that time.
Yeah, at that time.
I was going to send this video.
Karen and Miles could be considered a lot to deal with.
Karen was just very careful in what she put out there.
Yeah, and it's hard to try to cultivate a version of yourself for reality TV because you're not in charge of the edits.
Yeah.
Even when you're in charge of the edits, you might think that something looks okay, and then you come back and it's not.
Right.
What she say? Don't nobody want struggle in love.
No, nobody want that, but you know.
People are in it though, but people look at love in a weird way, and they think you have to go through things, and you don't have to go through stuff like that.
I just thought about that time you tried to kiss me at the time.
I think in the case of Naya from Ready to Love, she was talking about a certain time if she were to get pregnant and not being able to work, where the man would have to be able to handle everything. I don't think she articulated that well.
No, she didn't, because that's not what she said.
The reason I think she didn't articulate it well is because she was like, we ain't splitting nothing.
Yeah.
And then she got to be very nasty towards everybody, not just the men, but like even Like I remember when they were in Tommy's Tavern and Alex said whatever she said about Chris. Like she was like, "Oh, I like Chris. Chris is like a brother," and she was like, "I'm not talking about that."
Yeah.
I think there's a way to do it. She just didn't do it the right way.
I don't think she like that was. It should have been a better conversation because they had us fooled
Who?
on that. Naya did.
What do you
We
mean?
thought we thought she liked him. Man, but I don't understand why that's a huge conversation. Or I understand why it's a huge conversation when it comes to finances, but I don't understand why people are so uptight on one size fits all. Like
Because things change. Like it's as if you are able to say, I don't want to be with my spouse because they lost their job because he can't pay for everything.
right.
So
Like that's it. I mean, like you go through ups and downs and stuff like that. So
no, her job wouldn't because she owned her own salon. So when she stops, the money stops.
But was she the only what they call in salon?
Stylist.
Yeah, like that's the question.
I like the idea of percentages. Decide on the bill and everyone puts in the same percentage, i.e. 25 to 30% each for the mortgage, 15% household expenses, 10% other the balance for personal and investments. I mean, like I have a cousin who got married really young. Like we were teenagers when she got married. And she and her husband just total up all the bills every month and they put it on a dry erase board on the refrigerator. And they literally just put in enough of their paycheck to cover the bills. Like they transfer money from their paycheck into their joint account and they just pay the bills.
Yeah.
And there's no 50-50 or 40-60. It's just like rent has to be paid. If rent is $1,200, then if her husband has 900 of the 1,200 in his check available that week, he's just like, I got 900, you got the other 3.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, I got it. I got the light bill. So they just do it like that. Doesn't matter who makes more sense. Contribution is the same percentage. That's true. I mean, that's an easy way to do it. She was a hairstylist in the salon or a little different from corporate. Marriage is not for the weak. It's not.
No, it's not.
And it's kind of like how we were talking about the marriages don't start until they get back from the honeymoon. That's true.
That's true too.
It's kind of like though how we were talking about last week. A lot of people look at your wedding as how your marriage is going to go. Oh, you spent all this money on this wedding. You had this big grand time for a wedding. So your marriage should be big and grand and fun and all these things, but money doesn't buy happiness. I wish y'all could see this. I'm not going to turn the camera so y'all can, but Lily is over here like destroying a toy.
Marriage just don't start to the honeymoon. What else
I think the production was hoping Woody from last season was what Chris had became this season.
I mean, Woody was enjoyable to watch, man. You like it's people that you want to see win, man. Like I want to see everybody that comes on this show and be successful and win at their like get it. You know what I'm saying? Become truly happy with what's going on as far as like them being in a marriage and getting the opportunity to see how marriages are. Like you said earlier, marriage is not for the weak. It's been plenty of times me and Artieka have went at it like, like it's we don't hold back just because it's like, man, like I have to be 100 with you 100% of the time. I can't be phony with you because I live with you, and I expect that from her. Let's see what we got. Woody seems like a genuinely nice person. Yep.
I wasn't sold on Woody in the very beginning.
You wasn't?
I thought he was gonna play games.
Woody was cool though. You thought he was a playboy.
I thought he was playing games. I thought he was just on this show for his 15 minutes of fame.
Weddings are a waste of money, LOL. Yes, they are. But people have them, so they're fun. My favorite line from the movie, "To Serve with Love," Sidney Poitier. Marriage is no way of life for the weak, selfish, or the insecure. That is so true. How y'all let Lily? Hey, Charlotte. Let Lily alone, or let Lily be. Jacob and Haley are boring as hell. Yes, yes, they are truly boring. We saw
boring is okay sometimes.
we saw a spark. You know, they had fun glasses on, so that looks fun. But it's more so Jacob, man, because Haley was having a conversation trying to get to know Jacob a little bit better, and it's just he want to talk about his gym and working out. Let's see. I'm older. I just see Chris as a young and misguided. He says dumb stuff out loud in front of people that in regular life a good parent would tell him not to say that in front of people. That's true. um, Chris is misguided and don't know how to hold his tongue, I guess you can say. And that's Charlotte right there.
I know. I heard you say Charlotte.
That's
Hi,
my
Charlotte.
homie.
He says dumb stuff out loud in front of people that in regular life a good parent would tell them not to say in front of people. That is very much so true. Jacob is this season's
But I
Henry.
think Henry was a little bit better.
Henry was more likable.
Yeah, he could. Henry could hold a conversation with people, just not with.
I think that Henry was only not likable to Christina.
Yeah.
Because it seems like the entire cast still has a relationship
Right,
with
right.
him.
Everybody's
like,
him.
I like Henry. Henry and I go out for drinks. Henry and I do this. We do that. And I'm like, we ain't see that with him and Christina.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
She's funny. But yeah, so I mean, I don't forget what I was talking about. Oh, let me address this now, man. The microphones were on, but my computer messed up the audio. So
yeah, his computer had the audio where it would like record us talking for like 10 seconds, and then it would not record for like 2 minutes, and then it would come back in for 15 seconds, and then not record for 2 minutes.
Yeah. So it's
we've been having a lot of electronic issues.
I appreciate y'all listening, watching the video and stuff, but me being an audio snob, it is killing me. And it killed me not to say, man, let's just record that over, man.
And it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I wasn't recording anything else.
Yeah.
Chris is his father's son.
That's true.
Not in the beginning. He was a rock in the beginning. I didn't like how he clowned her at the reunion when he could have spoken up beforehand. He definitely should have spoken up beforehand. But it's kind of like when you look at like the other reality shows, like the Love and Hip Hops and the Real Housewives of Atlanta, or Real Housewives across the board. People get very bold in confessionals and after the show wraps. It's because they're done with the situation, so they feel like they can just say whatever they need to say. Knowing people in the fitness industry, they are all bored. All they think about is what they're eating. I don't have very many fitness industry type
I bet you if I said I was in the fitness industry, everybody would look at me like, fitting what? I know he lying. Oh, man.
Yeah, I know I have friends that work out and stuff, and I'm just not there.
Yeah. I'm getting there, man.
We take nice brisk walks around the neighborhood when
Right.
it's not freezing outside.
Brisk walks, try not to get chased by dogs.
Especially in this neighborhood.
Man.
Our neighbor, like 3 doors down, has a dog that is never, really.
Dog is never on the chain, man. We walking by the house, I'm pushing the stroller, the dog comes off the porch. I'm like, Artieka, grab this stroller. I have to fight this dog to the death.
You gotta take a stick with us.
Man. He's like, man, this dog finna go at it, man. That's too funny though, man. What was y'all thoughts on the reaction to from this week for Vincent and Brianna? Because she like they literally did something like, if that was me and Artieka, we would have came back and been like, so what did you find out?
Oh yeah, when they both sat down with Chris and Paige, when Brianna and Vincent sat down with Chris and Paige, like, I probably would have been Vincent in that situation where I would have tried to find out as much information as I could, and then we would talk about it when we got back to the room. But Vincent found out more information, and Brianna was like, "Okay, what happened?"
Well, Brianna found out everything that
that Paige knew.
that Paige knew.
But I'm saying Vincent filled in the gaps. Like, how far along is she? I don't remember what else was said, but I know he definitely.
Hey, wise woman.
That's Regina.
Oh,
that's your favorite cousin.
That's my favorite cousin, for real though.
Ma'am, let's not take all the bites out of the package.
But yeah, man, that like, yeah, me, I would have just been like, oh, for real? Did that happen? What else happened?
Yeah, I would have had to ask a lot of questions.
I wouldn't have wanted to be them though. Like I wouldn't want to be the friend couple. You know what I'm saying?
But they're not friends.
I mean, like
I think that Brianna and Paige could forge a friendship through having been on this process together. But they're not friends. They've only seen each other. They've only known each other for 2 weeks.
No, I'm saying, like, I would have, like, don't tell me something that heavy, man. The only reason I would want to know it is out of pure nosiness at that point. Like, telling me you got somebody pregnant and we on our honeymoon, don't spread that bad juju over here.
Hi. Was that our last vacation? No, the last place we went was in the Bahamas.
No, it wasn't.
But the vacation before that, we went to the Bahamas. So, hi.
Hi.
Bahamas are beautiful. I can't wait to go back. Not on a cruise ship.
Definitely not on a cruise ship.
Not on a cruise ship.
Don't want to go on there.
Bad juju. Yes, they're strangers. They're just strangers that you've known for 10 days.
I mean, like, it's good to form a friendship between each other, but like, you talking about you got somebody pregnant on the 3rd day, nah, bro, keep that away from me.
I think that Brianna responded how you respond to a familiar stranger telling you information about themselves, which was basically, hey, I'm here for you.
And Vincent responded in a way that, okay, since we're going to talk about this, let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's find out what we can find out about it.
You all right?
What's it say? Vincent handled it well. For someone you're not tight with, just damn. She told you what in my head, like how, like, no, you effed up, right? Keep me out of it. I mean, yeah. I'm nosy. I have a professional degree in nosiness. Like, my undergraduate degree is in journalism. I like to investigate everything. So I would have had to ask a lot of questions. Vincent and Brianna did a good job supporting Chris and Paige. They didn't seem judgmental, but at the same time, they were glad they weren't in this situation. That's literally all you can do.
Yeah. I would have been back in the room judging the hell out of them. Well, did you not see what he did?
I don't know that I would have been judging everybody, but I definitely would have had a conversation about it, and it would have been definite, like, what you're not going to do is this. Yeah.
You coming?
No, I believe that Brianna and Vincent were the best couple to tell, because I don't think there's any connection between, well, we see that Chris doesn't like Jacob, so Jacob and Haley were completely out. Obviously, I don't think that Virginia and Eric would have handled it well just based on how they handled it at the end. But we also have to think about the fact that they were the ones that found out the information last. So they were going to have a different reaction because they didn't find it out with the group. This one, when he told Vince, they did it multiple times, and Vince was like, wow. He knows he's on camera.
Vince was like, man, you know you messed up, right?
Right. I wonder why Vincent and Brianna were the couple there. So they're just the most logical. I don't even say they're the black couple. They're the most logical couple.
Why? I say they're the black couple just because they are.
Well, just thinking through the guys and who Chris would have reached out to. Vincent was the only logical guy that he would have reached out to.
Yeah, that's right too.
Let's see. Chris needs money, so he got on the show. I also think his ex-fiance lied so Paige could keep him. So Paige would leave him, and so he wouldn't have to. Possibly.
That's possible.
I seriously would have said did an exit stage.
Man.
I would have been talking about that craziness too. Like in the room, ordering room service, talking about some. And then what? Yes, Lily likes to walk in and out. Like she's spinning around and playing with my phone right now, but she'll be back in a second. Chris doesn't like anybody but Chris.
Yes.
And they were intoxicated. I don't envy Brianna and Vincent. This is their honeymoon, and here they come with the drama. Misery loves company.
Right.
I wouldn't have taken
that,
I wouldn't have taken their drama and internalized it at all. Eric and Virginia were drunk. Yep.
Yeah.
They using Bree and Vince as experts because they have the strongest marriage, just like they use the Miney and Woody. Yeah, I can see that because thank you. I could see that because Amani was the resident expert. I was thinking he was the black couple too.
Thank you.
I try not to use the race part. They the only other black couple. Tell her that she can FaceTime Lily tonight when we get done. They can have a full-on conversation as much as Lily will allow. Do you think Chris and Paige were asked by production to talk to another couple about it, or they did it on their own?
I think they were asked to talk to. Well, I think
Paige may have wanted to talk to someone else.
Paige needed to talk to somebody else.
Yeah, and not her homies at home.
Yeah, because her homies were trash.
I wouldn't say they're trash, but they definitely need to do better.
They did a trash, but they had a trash moment.
Bree even said if it had been her, she would have left.
Right.
Most of us would have.
I would have finished up in Vegas, and then I'd be like, bro, I'm done.
Yes, thumbs up as y'all enter the chat. Thank you.
What does that mean?
Like put a thumbs up saying I'm here.
Oh. Look at me, I'm so lost.
What does that mean?
What does that mean? Listen.
Eric and Virginia were drunk and zooted. That was more than liquor.
That is possible because weed is legal out there.
Yeah. Don't end up like who was it in the brothel? Lamar Odom.
Yeah, don't end up like him, man. But I feel like Eric.
Paige needs a doctor.
I feel like Paige was.
She gonna have to be
wasn't. Did I say she was out of line?
I don't know.
But no, I thought it was a legitimate question about is it yours? And Chris was just like.
Was that Paige that said that?
Not Paige, but
Virginia.
I think Eric was out of line with continuing on with trying to have this conversation.
You're right. They should have had a conversation with the experts. That would have, especially because Paige likes to say that God did this and God did that. Paige should have been talking to Pastor Cal. That's God's representative.
For the show.
I would have been packing and making reservations. Yes, he called her friends trash. I wouldn't have said that they were trash, but I definitely think that they
had a trash moment.
I think that they did not want to come off a certain way on the show.
Man, I would have came off like, bro. Mm-mm.
I just think of what if I had been in their shoes. Like, I know for a fact that if I was in Paige's shoes, I would have had to go. But like her friends at the wedding, let's not put water on the computer.
Yeah.
Her friends that were at the wedding could have sent a text message,
send a smoke signal or something, man. Let me know.
I also think she's more aware of cameras than Chris thinks. She definitely is.
Chris is trash.
Is it true that Jared is starring in a remake of the 40-Year-Old Virgin? I don't know. Can we be clear that the timeline is off? It is definitely off. Somebody posted in the comments today on our page that in July, Chris said that he was still engaged when he was on the podcast. I haven't gone and listened yet, but they did put the link in our comment section. Chris was angry because he was likely involved just before the show. He was. Like,
that's the thing, man. If you are, just say that. You like, I'm involved with somebody, I don't want to do it. But
I think a lot of this is editing. Like, a lot of the reactions that we get are editing, like they're reacting to something else. But I know that from being in I I was in a studio audience for a show, and they had us before the show started, like it was a comedy show. They had us go through and like do laughs, and they would describe the type of laugh that they wanted us to do, so that they could make the chops and make it seem like we were just dying laughing when a lot of the comedians weren't even funny. I would have told Paige the truth tactfully. It was already ruined by Chris's dad. I don't know how she didn't feel that was
I
too
wouldn't even
forward.
say it tactfully. I would just came out with it. Like, look, man.
Sometimes you lack tact.
Sometimes it's better to be direct, man.
Paige's friends, oh, my bridesmaids would have took me out the back door. Because I know especially I know two of your bridesmaids from your wedding. Absolutely, they would have. Virginia is not a drunk. They are really coming down hard on her. I think that we have to look at it through also the lens of they're on their honeymoon.
Yeah.
We were drinking every single day. Like, we woke up to rum punch when we were in Jamaica.
Look, one time I was trying to get them to make me a drink. It was like 8 o'clock in the morning. They was like, you gotta wait.
Like, I remember like we went on a catamaran cruise, and Tommy was just like, I am done drinking. Because he had been drinking so much on our honeymoon. That seemed like it was too set up. They probably told Chris to tell a cast member, and Champagne Vinny was the best choice.
Champagne Vinny.
On Unfiltered was the first time Paige saw her friend's conversation with Chris. Him and his fiance had COVID-19 at the end of June. The weddings were at the end of August.
Oh, that's close.
And how fast is casting?
Stop.
Wait, did y'all hear him at the dinner saying he still want to give Paige babies? And them, and she agreed.
Who's them?
Paige is lacking.
I think Paige is looking at the marriage thing. I had to do this because she's
upholding marriage to the wrong person at too high of a regard. Chris's timeline is off. He thinks Married at First Sight is a game, and we can see he is a player and not a God-fearing man. Cussing, using profanity in God's name shouldn't be mixed. Exactly. Even the conversation that he had on, I believe it was the first episode, when he said that he was a minister, but he stopped because it didn't pay enough.
Yeah.
Never heard that from a pastor. Not sure who he was talking about when he said them. Can we talk about all that fake crying Chris been doing? Chris, it's just like the waterworks just turn on.
He's looking for attention, man. That's it.
They just turn on.
Like, but he
from Chicago, remember?
Right, what you crying so much for?
Casting was in March. So casting was in March, and he proposed in February. Because that video definitely said that he proposed. Well, no, not even the video. He said out of his mouth he proposed in February. So he proposed and got casted within like a month.
Signed up to be casted on this show.
That's interesting. We went to Puerto Rico and drank the entire time. I mean, that's what you do on
went to Jamaica
on
and
vacation.
Drank the whole time.
Happy birthday!
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Chris is off period. Happy birthday again.
Thank you, Lisa.
Chris is trying to get his sad card. He's trying to do something.
That's the actor's thing,
yeah.
Right?
If they found out that the cast were in serious relationships right before this show, they should be obligated to interview the exes.
That's a good way to look at it. They should, to see what, like,
I guess it kind of depends, because your ex can paint a very different picture of you, and you can also just give them somebody else's information and they can lie.
That's true.
We all know an actor or an actress.
Do we?
I mean, somebody that'll lie for you and cut on the dramatics. I think they probably didn't have a lot of submission.
That's possible.
It's very possible.
But no, they had 70 million is what they said.
No, they didn't say 70 million.
70,000. 70,000. You know, it was a big number.
I thought it was a 2-month vetting process, so he knew, and production should have known. Yeah. Has Chris surpassed Omarosa from The Apprentice as the worst reality show character of all time? No. Omarosa will go down in history as the... I didn't watch The Apprentice, but Omarosa is a villain because he is something else. Production recruited Chris, so he may have been casted a little later. I read the fiance found out on the wedding day and her family was headed to the venue, and he knew she was pregnant wedding day already. I want her to start talking. I think that the
Mhm.
reason Chris made Paige go in the bathroom and take off her mic is so that she couldn't cuss him out on camera. I vote for Kenya Moore as the all-time villain. I don't know.
Lily does too.
Chris is broke and trying to make some money off the show. He is not marriage material, and Paige is clueless and should have never given up the cookie so soon. Not 70,000 black men. You right. Chris is another Brandon from season 10. Big baby with an attitude.
That's true.
Technically, yay. Technically, Vince was just out of a relationship at the beginning of the year. He was recruited to per an interview he gave. Yeah, it's interesting. Like, I would be like, was I that bad that? Hey, look, let's not flip over the table.
Yeah.
I'd be like, was I that bad that you had to just go run off and do a reality TV marriage? If I was your ex. Oh my goodness, Lily, that's a table right there. At least Brandon wrapped it up. That's true. I don't think Omarosa was that bad. She had a nasty attitude from the things that I have seen, but I did not watch the show, so I can't say how bad she was on the show. Chris and Paige's drama taking too much focus off the other couples. Yeah, we spent, if the whole episode was 65 minutes, we spent 35 of them talking about them. All I'm saying is they need a spin-off show. Divorce the first night. Paige goes it alone. Her cousin is talking, spilling all the tea. She's mad about how it's making her cousin look. Where? Send me links. I want to see.
Who's that? Whose cousin?
Paige, not Paige, the baby mama's cousin. Hey guys, the image is breaking up pretty bad. Oh no, I don't know what. Like we're hardwired in. Happy birthday, Tommy.
Thank you.
Don't say nothing bad about Vincent. I think Chris made Paige turn the mic off so the fiance would know what he said to Paige. He's probably playing both sides. I could see that. At least Keith didn't deflower Iris and do her like Chris did Paige. Paige wouldn't deflower though. Like that wasn't virginity. Is it clear they pay these people to do this show? I can't remember what the couple's name is because they were one of the happily ever after boring couples. But they said that they made a per diem on the show, so every day they got paid. I mean, obviously it was not a daily check, but they got paid to do the show through like the compensation of their food and other expenses. You got another happy birthday.
Thank you.
Paige is easily persuaded. Technically, Vincent was also in a relationship at the beginning of the year too. It feels too fast. I mean, I don't remember when I broke up with my ex before Tommy and I started dating, but we actually dated before we got married, so that also makes it different. Paige is not Iris. Paige is pre-drilled, I'm sure.
Oh man, come on.
I believe Paige said at the wedding that
she wasn't a virgin.
Yeah, that she wasn't a virgin. And that was Iris's thing. But like Iris said when she did an interview recently that she didn't really talk about her virginity as much as production asked her to talk about her virginity. So I think Brianna would be an issue. She doesn't seem to compromise. I don't know. She's sort of weird. Why ask if you don't want to compromise?
What did Brianna ask?
She asked about them moving to a townhouse or a high rise. I heard they were getting $100,000 as well. I don't know if the per diems equal up to $100,000 or if it's $100,000 check if you make it to the end. I would think if it was $100,000 check if you make it to the end, then Brett would have made it to the end.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. Vincent is just appeasing right now. It can get annoying to have to appease somebody that wants to do the opposite of whatever you say. Chris is playing mind games with everyone on set. The producers were kind of babying him about not telling her. Yeah, I didn't get that either. I mean, Keith did sleep with Iris, only to turn around and trash her. That's true. Chris probably ran scared when the girl said she thought she might be pregnant because he talks big but really acts childish. Most people can't help it. Chris is just a freaking monster. We are watching the train wreck. I'm starting not to feel bad for Paige. She is slow. I think I feel bad for Paige ended last episode.
Yeah, Paige is asking for
Like
this
she is being a willing participant of all of that. He's from the Bronx. It will only last so long. Yeah, Brett would have used if they got 100,000 as a couple, 50,000 a piece, because that would be my assumption. Brett would have put a nice chunk into his mortgage because he was very much so about being fiscally responsible. Vincent didn't seem like a pushover. I don't think he'll always, ma'am, table, let's stop kicking it. I don't think he'll always let her get her way. I think he's doing it now because we're in the beginning and are you telling her to come on?
Yeah.
Oh. Are you going with your dad?
Oh.
No. I don't think she's coming with you. Maybe she is. I did. We talked about it at the very beginning that he was saying that he it was like a black and white thing and she was being disrespectful to her husband and all that stuff. I can see that. He's trying to preserve that relationship. I don't think that Brianna knows how to not take control of things, which I understand. I have half of my apartment in college was engineers, and they were very dominant in their field, being women in a male dominated field. So that kind of, I won't say it translated across to everything, but they were very much so not afraid to tell you how they feel and insert their opinions on everything. Chris could get his subway back if he made it to the end of the show. My cousin, who's actually in here right now, said that, will you get that from her? He said that the issue with the subway was because subways have become an oversaturated franchise and there were just too many in close proximity to that one. So you have to basically close one to let the others thrive. If they get 100K, then that makes sense. The T on the street is Paige is 100K in debt, and now Chris is in financial problems since his Subway store closed. I mean, she's 100K in debt. She can get that paid off. Brett lasted 8 weeks. He probably got the money. Remember, they were there longer because of the pandemic, so the contract worked in his favor. That's true. It just depends on how it was worded. If they had to make it the 8 weeks or if they had to make it to decision day. But if they just put a date in the contract, then he probably left with the cats on the date that was in the contract. He's more like a tick, tick, boom kind of guy. Love y'all's review. Do y'all watch Mrs. Kim on Stage reviews of the show? Yes, I do watch. I don't remember what day we watched the last one. I know they don't record theirs until like the weekend and then they put it up like Monday or Tuesday. So theirs are always a little bit behind ours because we try to record Wednesday night directly after the show and then release it Thursday morning pending no technical difficulties. And then I go through and I watch like maybe 4 or 5 other reviewers that do the show over the course of the day on Thursday. How can y'all save a relationship after your mate calls you ugly to your face? You can't.
Man, that's you.
I can't.
Right.
Janice Hilton has all the tea and receipts. I will have to look into Janice. I don't think I've ever been on her channel. There was a post where a Subway employee put him on blast. What the employee say?
He was terrible.
Oh, they did? You saw that?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, Brett showed up to decision day, so did Zach, who never moved in. If they are stuck in a contract and paired with a toxic partner, then it would be better to preserve emotional health and do the least until the show comes to an end. That's true. I don't know if she. Well, Tommy said he saw the post, but I see a lot of random things in my Google news feed just because I go there to read the news every day, and anything that I've Googled or thought about Googling pops up in there. Like right now, it's a whole bunch of stock exchanges, Married at First Sight, and reality TV that I don't watch. Okay, I'll have to look at Janice's page once we get off tonight. Zach came on the show for money as well.
And Zach did the.
I like that
the
you guys'
minimum.
review is uploaded very soon after the show. We just try to maximize the time that we have. Like, Lily goes to bed during Married at First Sight. Tommy gets everything set up. We record. He edits. It exports. The next morning we post it because it usually exports while we're sleeping before we get up to go to work the next morning. Every time Chris thought about touching me, all I would be thinking is, you show is ugly. Can we talk about the clip of next week where it all gets even worse? You're talking about when what did he say? When he said
he was thinking about getting back
Yeah, he
with her,
would be
or he
really-
still loves her.
he still loves her and he's thought about getting back with her. I would feel like that's a slap in the face. I completely understand you wanting to have a family unit, but it's okay to co-parent. I think I turned out okay with co-parenting. My parents were not together. Like, I think they broke up when I was like 2, and I don't have any memory of them being together, but I think that I would be functioning as a different human being if my parents had stayed together, because you don't want to be in an unhappy relationship because you have a child. That just puts additional emotional trauma on your child. What are y'all doing to celebrate Mommy's birthday? Oh, Tommy's birthday. I made Tommy a seafood boil. I don't know where her unicorn's wing went. And we had cake. We sang happy birthday. Made him a few drinks. And he's spending the rest of the night here. And then I don't know what his plans are after that. He's been like basically at home all day watching movies, which is his favorite pastime. You can get that back to her. Paige's narrative promotes struggle love. I wish the producers would choose a new angle or no angle at all, like the olden days. I don't know why we feel like we have to embrace struggle love. Love does not have to hurt like that at all. Like, it doesn't have to hurt. Seafood boil is yummy. Yeah, it turned out pretty good. We were actually like talking about it that we've only had crab legs one other time since we've been in a relationship with each other, which is what, 7 years? Yeah. That's sad. I had to think about that too.
Sure.
Yeah, 7, almost 8. But we definitely just I made the seafood boil. We sat down and had dinner. Baby threw food everywhere. Fun times.
Mm-hmm.
He was horrible to the employees. Came to one of the females' house late at night asking for the key. She felt unsafe. Made one employee make a bunch of sandwiches for his church. Got mad when it took too long.
Right, I remember seeing that somewhere. I try not to read into a lot of the stuff online about them until afterwards.
Owner or not, my employer cannot come to my home. And I've worked for quite a few like owners of franchises because I worked in home care for a while in management, and the owner of the franchise was in the office with me every day, and there was not a you can come around to my house type situation. Either we meet at the office or we don't have anything to talk about. What Chris said that he wanted to get back with his ex. I was so mad from the prior episode I didn't even watch this week. You just missed a lot of dramatics of Chris not wanting to tell Paige that he had a baby on the way, him telling Paige, and then everybody else was still in the same predicament, except for we watched Eric get drunk. Thank you both and Lily for the hard work and great review. Blessings. Thank you.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it. Struggle love is the only love you have. Struggle self-esteem. That is true. But we have to remember, like Cat Williams said, it is esteem of yourself. You can build it. You just have to decide.
Build it.
You have to decide to like do better in that department. Chris and Paige don't want each other. It's written all over their faces. It must be the money. I think we're gonna just chalk it up that Chris and Paige is a money grab, and that's why they're here. Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Can I just say Haley is awesome. Her self-esteem is on point. Haley and Jacob.
Yeah.
I was like, who is Haley? I like Haley. I wish Haley had gotten paired differently, like somebody that's a little bit more outgoing, like she is. And I don't necessarily think you have to be opposites to be married. The blatant disrespect Chris shows is appalling, and it's disheartening to watch Paige take this foolishness. It's hard. I'm hoping that the tide turns and there's not like, what is this show normally? 16 episodes? We're at episode 5. I hope we don't have 11 more episodes of this.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Happy birthday,
Thank
homie.
you.
Eric got white girl wasted. That's
Man.
Eric got what he described in episode 4 as, I was wild in my past days.
Yeah.
That was her showing him, him showing her that he could get wild. Yeah, I see my point. We mostly just talking about Chris and Paige because they have so much drama. Early on, it was Virginia's drinking. Now Chris getting all the attention.
Yeah.
I still don't think that Virginia's drinking is as big of a deal as they're trying to make it. I think that she just fits the narrative, and that works.
I don't know about that one.
I don't know. I could have seen Ryan with Haley.
Yeah.
I don't know their height difference. I think Haley's a little tall. But I don't know that I could have seen Paige with Ryan. I don't think I could have seen Paige with any of the guys on the show. Paige on my last nerve. Y'all, this show has me emotionally invested. I think this is the most emotionally invested that I've been in a season. Like, I wanted to just yell at the TV a few times. I appreciate the live. Love your content. Happy birthday, Tommy.
Thank you.
Now you know Ryan doesn't want a woman of color. I don't know where Ryan grew up, but I could see, like, if he lived in, like, Gwinnett County or Newton County, or I'm trying to think of another county in the metro Atlanta area. If he lived in those areas, he wasn't exposed to a ton of Black women that were not family. So, as we saw, the majority of the friends that were at the wedding for him were all white. It's just where his comfort zone is. It's not just their marriage, but our caring about their marriage is gonna end this week. Happy birthday again.
Thank you.
Ryan grew up where Chad grew up. That's true.
And see, that's yeah.
But like I was saying, like it's kind of like going to college. Tommy and I went to a white school. Like, there were 30,000 people at the school, and like less than 8,000. It was like 5,000 or 6,000 of us were Black, and that's like total population. Undergrad, grad, PhD students. That's how many Black students there were. There were people that we're just now meeting because, like, when we talk to other friends and we go back, I won't say home, but go back to Tennessee for events. Like, we'll meet people and they're like, oh, they went to school with us. And we're like, we don't know you. And we're like, oh, we know why we don't know you. You didn't hang out with the Black people. Ryan gets on my nerves too. I like Ryan.
Ryan's all right with me.
I'm not getting Haley. She refers to her life and herself as dynamic and bigger than life, but all I get is boring and cold. I don't think that we're getting to see Haley in her true self because she is like Karen. She's guarded by the cameras. He shouldn't wear a baseball cap because he looks less ambiguous. Ryan could have gotten an ambiguous black woman from Louisiana. That's true. Ryan can't get a black woman's phone number, much less stay married to one. Ryan is Creole, family probably from Louisiana. I mean, it is what it is. Paige and Chris have to go after the honeymoon because I am tired of the fakeness.
But I like Ryan and Clara, man. Like they're
I like Ryan. I could give or take Clara.
like I like Clara. I like them together because it for me they fit. They fit like who they will be talking to and stuff like that.
I did the same high school and college and had white friends and black. I just think it's his preference, which is fine, but his narrative is a tad misleading. It must be production.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't remember him talking a lot about like his upbringing and parents and things like that. And then we found out that, you know, his parents were like leaders in the church and things like that. He's not full Creole. I think that the I'm Creole and from Louisiana is a full spectrum, just like black is a full spectrum, and you could be very much so one way or another. Claire's talking is hard. She talks a lot. It seems like Ryan's parents moved to northern Georgia when Chad was already in high school from Louisiana. From New Orleans. Ryan was younger and around the northern Georgia crowd during junior high and high school. I could see that.
Yeah, and that's safe.
Yeah. Because if they moved to like even Hall County, which is like the county above Gwinnett, that demographic changes completely. There were not black people. So it's just what you're used to being around. Like my high school when I started was very, very multicultural. My closest friends were Guatemalan, Asian, and black. And then the school got progressively blacker and blacker and blacker by the time I graduated. And then I went to, we both went to the University of Tennessee, and I don't want to say thrived off of black interactions, but we definitely made sure to have black interactions. Like we lived in the second blackest dorm on campus.
Yeah.
He said his parents are both Creole. I don't know. I don't really remember much about that conversation. I remember him saying that he was Creole. I mean, I lived in Louisiana for a little bit. Let everybody in Louisiana tell it they Creole. I like Claire. Her Stockholm Syndrome comment was spot on. It was. Yo, I thought it was hilarious when dude started talking about him wearing the pink thong.
I was like, that's
weird. But then
Jacob.
as I thought about it more, I was like, this very much so fits Jacob. I like Ryan a lot too. Paige talks too much. I don't care if Ryan is primarily into white women. He went one way and Chad went another. It's cool. Yeah, that part doesn't really bother me. Ryan is self-proclaimed old man, and I think he very much fits the mold. And like as Tommy and I were talking about Ryan and Clara, to us, they fit just like his grandparents. Like his grandmother is very, very, very talkative, and his granddad was very like, I'm not gonna say much to you. I'm gonna sit here and nod and smile, but it's not gonna really be a lot of conversation. But in that regard, I guess opposites do attract. Are you really watching this hard? Y'all, Tommy is watching Sesame Street. Ryan has a whole black mama, and when Claire asked about his last name, this man said he was mixed of everything but black. Yuck. I guess it kind of depends on the upbringing of how things are presented to you. Like growing up in Memphis, I can't identify as anything but a black person. We don't even try to play with the exotic black. Like we just regular black.
Exotic black?
You know, when people are like, I don't want to say that being Haitian is exotic, but you get what I mean. Like they try to like define their black. Like I have Creole, family, or my mom is part Native American. Like, we don't try to fake the non-traditional black side.
Yeah.
Are you leaving? Okay, bye. Claire and Ryan are showing a lot of red flags. You like them together.
Yeah, I do. I think they're a good match. I think, they one is outgoing and then the other one is kind of like inside. Clara just talks a lot. So it's kind of funny because she kind of talks enough for both of them, and they just got to figure out each other. That's all.
I think that what's going to be interesting is how he handles things, because it seems like he doesn't really want to insert how he truly feels about things.
Yeah,
Because like when she asked about like how would the kids grow up, and when she was like, would they grow up in church, and he was like, yeah, I think I would like that. Like, my answer would be absolutely yes.
Yeah.
That would be an easy yes for me to say. Sounds like they were trying to distance themselves from any of their blackness. On the matchmaking special, Ryan said that he is black, but in school there weren't a lot of black people, like 10 out of several hundred. He only made the Creole comment to explain the origin of his last name. I can get that. Clara gonna be a handful to handle. I like Clara and Ryan individually, but the pair seem a little odd together in
And
my
see,
opinion.
that's what makes me think that they're good is because they are odd.
I think every couple this season has been, one person is very much so far this way and the other
Yeah.
person is far this way. It's kind of like Jacob not traveling and Haley's like, I went to Vegas 7 times last year.
Right. Like I feel like they can have the conversations that's needed to be had versus like Jacob and Haley being on two sides of the spectrum. Like they're not having the conversations like they need to have. And so that's the biggest difference that I'm seeing between Ryan and Claire.
The spirituality thing is tough. That is very tough. Like I said, I think he was too passive with that answer. Even if he meant yes, absolutely, he should have been able to say yes, absolutely. I hope he's not a person that would like treat his kids differently based on sexual preference.
Yeah.
Ryan said he was black flat out on the show. He looks mixed to me, and his father looks even more mixed. So to me, he has a black mother and a mixed father. When I look at the initial, like right after the wedding, when they put out the pictures, remember they did the sneak peek of who the couples were.
Yeah.
I was like, is he black or is he spicy white? I literally asked that, like, and I kept saying I'm interested to
Spicy
see
white.
if he was black or spicy white. She was asking for trouble with that comment, sexual preference. Yeah, the mama might say something to her about that. Their personalities seem like they can mesh besides spirituality. She's saying she can fit in, and him being particular may be issues that can work out. Let's hope so. I don't remember the sister comment.
Yeah.
Do you?
Uh-uh.
Claire and Ryan ain't gonna make it. She's a flight attendant too, so their schedules may be a conflict as well. Ryan is arrogant and he needs a black friend or a barber. His hair is a hot mess.
With the swoop over. Spicy white. Exactly.
I mean, that's what I thought. I think people forget that this is an experiment. They say it every episode. That's true.
That is true.
I'm from Louisiana and I see all shades of blackness. Yeah, like I spent a part of my childhood in Monroe and you saw it all. And most people were just very much so, I'm black, I'm white. But if you start asking for definitives, that's when you got into the Creole and, Indian and all that. I don't know what Kimberly said and called Virginia with the sister comment. I can see that. I got nothing.
Who's Jared?
I don't know. You talking about Jacob or Like who? I don't know. I hope they make it, but come to a mutual agreement. I hate divorces because it adversely affects the children the most. Yeah, right
Good
now.
thing nobody has children except Chris.
And he not married to the mama.
Yeah,
Maybe he might be a polygamist. Wouldn't that be something to throw
that
in?
would be something to throw in there.
Oh, both Ryan and Chris have a just for me relaxing. So on Chris's mama's Twitter page, somebody said that Chris had a relaxing. She was like, "No, he got a good grade of hair." I was like, "Are we really saying that in 2021?" Girl, remember Jean was talking about her lesbian sister. Oh yeah, okay, I do remember that. Her sister was a lesbian, and she was talking about her nephews,
uh,
like how they weren't conceived by sex. I love Claire. She's a chatty Cathy. Thank God because Ryan is quite born. Oh yay! I went to Jack Hayes Elementary. If you know where that is, I'm sure you do because Monroe is not huge at all. But I went to Jack Hayes Elementary, and I used to go to the Raspberry Patch Daycare.
yeah.
That was the ending of the
Uh,
comments. Yes, ma'am. I thought Chris had a man lace. I don't know about that. I
That's
didn't really
crazy.
pay that much attention to Chris's hairline just because.
I just be getting frustrated
Yeah,
with Chris. I be like, get this man off
I
the
try not
TV,
to look at
man.
the TV extensively when Chris is on because he just frustrates me and I don't want to look directly into the frustration.
Yeah.
Paige really lost me this week. I think she's delusional when it comes to Chris. God is testing her to see whether she's capable of using the brains he gave her.
That's a way to look at it.
I ain't gonna blame that on God
There's definitely a way to look at it.
Delusional, give you that one. But I think that I've come to the conclusion tonight that it's for the money.
Have Dr. Pepper? I always think her name is funny. Dr. Pepper, Viviana, or
Shout out to you, Yvette. Yes, we do need more
yes,
subscribers.
we do.
We need like 80 to hit to 1,000.
Yeah.
Like if y'all are not subscribed, please subscribe to the
Go
channel.
subscribe to the channel.
His mom seems like that breed of ignorance. She's not helping him by all this defense. I'm sure he's not that huge villain he appears to be, but he's still basura caliente.
What is it?
His behavior is abhorrent.
Oh, okay. That's how you say that? Basura?
Basura.
Oh, okay. What was I saying?
I think that I don't know what you said. I think that his mom is just being a mom. She's being a mama bear to her baby. And she doesn't want her baby villainized by the internet. Yes, it's the money where the money resides. It is where the money resides. Hot trash.
Hot.
That's
Oh,
Basura
okay. Basura
Caliente.
Caliente. I knew what Caliente was, but I just didn't know what Basura was.
Both of Ryan's parents are black. His dad just has a fair complexion in Louisiana because of the Creole aspect. Some black people are just way lighter. Yeah, I agree. Happy birthday, Tommy.
Thank you. I appreciate all the birthday love, man.
Yeah, this is his first stuck in the house birthday.
Look, it happens once every year, so appreciate it.
Yeah, Louisiana was interesting in that regard. There were people that were very, very light skinned or very, very fair, and there were people that were very, very dark, and they crossed the whole spectrum. I mean, that's the world in general, but I know that a larger concentration of Creole people are in Louisiana. Eric be trying to act like he has some deal breakers. Please, he's going where Virginia takes him. Yeah.
I don't know, man. She don't like the fact that he works 15 days out of the whole month.
Let me tell you, that would be a dream. It's like a dream.
And can pay for bills too.
Because I can have my alone time, but I know when you're going to be there.
Right.
Like that would completely work for me.
She like, I'm gonna be a single mom. Like, look, man, just get married and see how it works out. Like it works.
I mean, you could be a single mom with a husband.
Like
I've seen that too.
That's what she was talking about.
I mean, like I'm saying, like with him there every day.
Oh.
Yo, everybody get that thumbs up, bud.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Man, we really appreciate that, man. Like that's crazy, man. For him to work 15 days out of the whole month, and it's not 15 days straight, and then I'm off for 15 days. It's going to work for a few days in a week.
Okay, I'm not a mother yet. I guess I don't know this type of loyalty yet. I don't know if that type of loyalty exists amongst West Africans that will call you out and tell you to repent. I'm gonna be completely honest. Like people throw that mom card in there, and my mama wasn't going, so I did not get that gene. That genetic did not pass through to me from my grandmother or from my mama.
But I feel the mom, but I wouldn't as go as far as she's going because like I told her, Artieka, I was like, yeah, in public, I'm behind you 110%. But at home, like, yeah, I'm gonna tell you when you're wrong and you need to fix it. You know, but I wouldn't go as hard.
I'm gonna tell you wrong in public, but I'm not going to chastise you. I'm gonna just be like, no.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I ain't gonna be like, you're right, you're obviously wrong.
Chris got an X curl. S curl is not a good grade of hair.
Yeah, he don't got that Tommy T grade of hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's not do that in 2021. I think after the honeymoon, the Virginia drinking storyline will be played out. So now they're starting the Eric is controlling storyline. I can see that.
But you can see Eric is kind of controlling though.
I wouldn't speak of him as controlling. I would just look at it like he's stating the facts.
Yeah.
I work 15 days a month. That is a fact.
I personally wouldn't have an issue with that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like that is stating a fact. Now, where it could be considered controlling is when he was saying that he doesn't think that men and women can just be friends.
Yeah. And that's not true.
And I would have had to prove him wrong in that regard by asking him a series of questions so that he would change his answer.
Right.
But that's just how I do things. I'm a quick line of interrogation to change your mind.
I would have had to come back in like 30 minutes.
I feel like Jacob is in the friend zone with Haley. I could see that. Like, we're going to divorce. We'll be great friends after this. I have to say, Paige is enabling Chris to me, and she is showing she might have some daddy issues. She might. She just might. You tired?
A man with a standard in a relationship equals controlling.
I could see that narrative being placed on Eric as controlling, but I don't think that it's a hard, like, full stop. Men and women cannot be friends.
Yeah.
Like, end of discussion. Like, no. Looking like Lester from 227. I suspect Eric's previous relationship was a real marriage, and she most likely left him. He doesn't seem like the type to have a non-traditional marriage. He doesn't. Even though he tries to paint it as non-traditional, I don't think that it was.
That's what I got. Like, I do think that he was cheated on, and like, I understand where it comes from. Like, I understand. Hey, these are my.
And if you put that into the timeline, like, didn't he say he had been divorced for 3 years, right?
Yeah.
And he was married to his ex for 7. So that's 10 years together. He's 34.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have a real vantage point of, like,
right,
a lot of dating. It's been like I was in a relationship for 7 years, and then I healed from that relationship for 3 years. Look at you clapping at the appropriate time. I mean, I saw somewhere that Eric was married to a black woman. That's why he is saying as little about it as possible. When we find out he was gonna have some spicy white kids.
Look, I'm married to a black woman.
You are. Your kid is not spicy white.
Hey, black woman. Eric describing his work life and other exes. Isolated, stuck in the house with kids. No, she's not going. Yeah, not that. That's the picture that I was seeing as well. It's like he's gonna be gone and she's just gonna be at the house having to take care of the house.
Bored in the house, and I'm in the house bored.
Right. And she's too active currently for all that. So
Let's just say experts seem like they match some of the couples to enhance efficiencies in their personal lives. Opposites don't always attract. Some people just don't want to change. That is very true. The ones I know, like wild women, and had a very wild side. I don't know the young version of most of the military men in my life. Like, I know them as my uncle and cousins as adults. I do have one cousin that was a wild one in the military, or technically two that were wild in the military, but no comment on their settling down. A black woman. I mean, it'll come out because people are gonna start putting stuff out on the internet. It goes with the territory. Y'all make me want to Google this.
I don't know what. Oh, okay.
Googling the black woman.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's so funny. Oh man, yeah. So have we talked about everybody?
Yeah.
We have.
Brianna needs to chill out a little bit. And let Vincent at least think that he got some things going. Haley and Jacob were boring, and I'm okay with boring. I just want them to like get along.
Yeah.
If it's for the money, it's for the money. Claire and Ryan, we talked about them. Champagne Benny. I thought Vodka would go out partying with her hubs while working. You watch Jasmine. What is it? Comedian Jasmine W. Because she calls her Vodka. Virginia.
Oh, for real?
She would have calmed down when
I was like, who is Vodka?
I think that was like, I think that was Eric's work schedule is perfect for Virginia. She knows when he's going to be gone, so she can plan all her partying while he's gone, and when he comes back home, she can be wifey. Virginia is not ready for marriage, and I don't know why she signed up for this. I feel like Virginia was too young to feel like she's exhausted all of her efforts to get married. Did Jacob talk about his house again?
Nah, he talked about working out, though.
So we talked about his diet.
Yeah.
And working out. I guess this is all about the money. Perhaps. I like Jacob calling me weird.
Weird.
I don't not like Jacob. I just think that Jacob and Haley are weird together.
I don't think Jacob knows how to hold a conversation.
Yeah.
Like, that's my biggest issue with him.
Let's get a code name for Chris. What you got?
Okay.
What's Chris's code?
What did I call him? Predator Junior. Vodka is the best nickname for Virginia. I love it. Virginia was drunk when she signed up. I still think that she's too young to feel like she needed to go the arranged marriage route. Yeah. And I don't mean too young in age, but too young, too immature.
Yeah.
Jacob is monotone. I don't like Jacob, Chris, or Paige at this point. Jacob could have been matched with Amelia. Amelia was going to make it work.
Yeah.
And Paige thought that she was going to be an Amelia, but she ended up with, I can't even come up with worse. I can't come up with anybody that would have been the equivalent. Jacob has no interpersonal skills.
Trash.
Trash. I went back and watched the scene when Chris was telling Paige about the pregnancy. It was a case study in manipulative behavior. The entire situation screamed sociopath. I can see exactly how you got there because, like, bringing up something, withholding the information, dangling it in front of you that I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to tell you, and then controlling the narrative of how it comes out was very manipulative, and I don't know how she dealt with that. Eric's mama going to be checking on Virginia. She is not going to be able to party like that. She probably going to be trying to arrange dates for Virginia to watch the niece.
Yeah.
Vaughn from season 1. We gotta watch. Okay. I'm going to commit after this is done to sit down and watch season 1. I hope it does not disappoint. Amelia is my girl. I like Amelia. Like, I kind of wish Amelia had become a pediatrician because I feel like that was her calling in life.
Yeah.
Like,
perfect.
Like, I think that she would have been an awesome pediatrician.
Yeah.
Throw something out there because Bliss isn't working for Bliss ain't working for nobody but him. I saw a review that said Eric is a serial killer based on what he said to Virginia. I don't agree, but the angle was hilarious. I'm going to have to look into that. I think Eric's comment about opposite sex friends is in part because of her drinking, especially since he will not always be in tow. I guess I can see that. I think I need to sit on the floor.
Yeah.
You hand me one of those pillows over there.
Yeah. It's ready.
You are really into this.
I'm sorry, guys. I watch a lot of Sesame Street.
I like Vaughn. I think his wife was a little too bossy. Season 1 was good. Jamie was Karen before Karen. Okay. I'm committed. I'm going to watch season 1 with or without Tommy. Maybe I might watch it now.
Yeah, I can't commit to watching that.
Just start on it. But in the app, when we watch, it doesn't tell us where we pause, does it?
You gotta sign it.
Oh, I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
I try to watch. Y'all see if it's on demand or something, and try to watch it through there. Cause I try to watch stuff in the morning before Lily wakes up. Happy birthday, Tommy, my favorite cousin, for real though.
For real though.
New York City was rough. The black couple was horrible. That was Jamie's season.
NYC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jamie was trash. She was talking to her
they said
ex.
It's on Prime.
Oh, cool. I can watch it on Prime because Jamie was not impressed with her husband at all.
And he turned out to be a pretty good guy. And now Jamie is getting a check.
Yeah, she's had 2 kids with him?
2 kids. I don't know if they're doing couples cam, but she does the
unfiltered hosting.
And that's like 3 years now, right? 3 seasons.
I don't know how many.
2 or 3 seasons.
I'm happy that they're doing unfiltered though, because it gives you. Although I wish we did things in like could watch the series of interviews at the end, so that we can just get out exactly what you like, what was being said. But I liked all the seasons. I literally binge watched all the seasons when I first discovered the show.
How did you discover the show?
You want to see if she found out like
I discovered from YouTube.
Chris the con artist.
Chris the con artist. I like that one.
Vaughn's ex was good. She was down. Season 1 to 3 are on the Lifetime app. They say it's on Prime. I'm gonna look on Prime. Like, we have Prime on all the TV, so I can at least watch it there in between episodes of Sesame Street. We don't turn on our TV a lot, but most of when we turn it on, it's Sesame Street. Your girl gotta have her Elmo. On season 1, they did the original black girl the same way. Her guy was trash as well. What did they do to her? Like, it was a manipulator as her husband. I love Elizabeth and Jamie. Oh my God, what she said.
Basic Caucasian.
I started with season 1. I've been watching the show since the beginning. You can tell your story about how you found the show.
I don't know, like
Happily Ever After is hidden.
I ain't seen that.
I heard someone talking about it at work.
Yeah. The way I did it, I was just searching YouTube one day, and then I saw Jeff D and what's his wife? Shanice getting married at first sight, and I was like, "What is this?" And so it was a clip, like a 10-minute clip, and it stopped like in the middle of like the good part, and I was like, "Man, let me find what channel this come on," and that's how I got it.
She said Vaughn was not a real man. Wait a minute. Okay. Let's put you on some night clothes so you can go night night.
You want me to do it?
No, I got
it. Chris Devils. Dang, that's tough right there.
Very tough.
Yes, he was a big head. Thought he was better than her. Season 1 black girl was so cute. Y'all was really pushing season 1, man.
What?
Chris raises my pressure. I'm gonna try to watch tomorrow. OMG, I love Jeff D and Shanice. Yeah, right, right. Yeah, they did. They went through a real live stuff. break up to make up. I'm pregnant. We left. We broke up again. The family moved upstairs. Chris is working on replacing Ryan D from season 2 as the worst husband of Mouse.
You can just say married at first sight.
Season 2 has a couple that were super violent. They were interracial. They was interracial. The husband was threatening her life after the show. I remember seeing something about that. I ain't watched that season either. Exactly. Vaughn season 1, I did like his attitude at the reunion was trash. Oh. Elmo is the man, but don't forget about Snuffy. He's very underrated.
Gonger.
Gonger is very underrated. Wow. I love Gonger. Let's see. OMG, yes, Jeff D and Shanice from Happily Ever After. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I just never watched the Happily Ever After, which made me watch this season. I love that couple. Who's worse, Brett, Luke, or Chris? Chris. Yeah, by far Chris.
I didn't hate Brett when he left.
I wish Amani was on this season to slap some sense into Paige, yes, or somebody like her. Monet from season 1 said she wanted a traditional marriage. Vaughn was a misogynist. Yeah, she was Dominican. Oh, okay. I love seeing how Jeff D learned to fall in love with his wife. Right. He definitely did. And I like that too. He tried. For some reason, I don't think Jeff D ever fell in love with Shanice. It was shaky, but I mean, I think they learned to coexist and finally learned to um, love each other, I guess. I don't know. They're still together though, I think. Luke, I couldn't stand. Ew. Chris, hands down. Luke. Who was Luke again?
Luke was the speed dating guy.
Oh, Luke was trash. Chris is like trash, and Brett was just terrible. Garbage. I learned about Mass from Miss Kev on stage. Oh, okay. Chris is worse. Yeah. Totally agreeing. Ooh, can you imagine Woody and Money on this season with Chris?
Woody would have been like,
hey. Champagne Vinny would have been like, bruh, like, what's wrong with him? Luke is Chris. Luke said he was repulsed when he kissed. Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, where are you getting their adjectives from?
You doing the happy dance?
I heard Iris and her husband was still married.
They are. They did. She did an interview with Kev on stage and Mrs. Kev on stage.
Yeah, Jeff
before they started doing The Bald and the Beautiful, and they were still married as of last year. And I doubt a divorce has happened now because COVID.
Why are they still married?
I don't know.
Let's see. Shanice was one of the cast members. They got pregnant while filming her season.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So we know they was doing it. Luke told her after kissing his wife, "I felt dead." And so you're right. Like, who says
Luke
that?
Luke was awful.
Who says stuff like that? Man?
I think we forget how bad Luke was because of how bad Chris is.
Yeah.
But they're on par with each other. I think the difference is Chris is outright like just living a messy lifestyle outside of this that is being found out. If Luke was living a messy lifestyle, which I know was insinuated that he was, it didn't happen like this.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Did he?
Yeah. He didn't want her to tell the experts.
So they were having sex?
Yeah.
Why he didn't want? Never mind. Ryan D and Jessica on season 2. At least Chris admitted to smashing.
But that is all he wanted. Yep, he wanted to save.
That is definitely all he wanted. Not the maggots. Not the maggots.
What's she doing?
Luke wanted a POC, but they wouldn't give him one. Yep. Yeah, she was. He white tall basketball player from Charlotte City. Oh man, he was. Like you felt just terrible for her because like how you leave and you know this girl got abandoning issues and dude just left. It's like nah, I'm done. Good assessment of Luke and Chris. You should check out Couples Cam on the Move. It gives an update on different couples, Jeffy and Shanice, Woody and the money. I seen like I want to check them out, but it's just too much for me personally. But I see it. I like to see who's on there, but it's just a lot for me. What else we got? Jazz Nicole Danielle from Dallas was too. I think I don't know. Luke slept with her, then said he didn't want to, but did it cause she wanted to. Just
Didn't they
crazy.
accuse him of like being gay too?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Brett was trash. Maddie Williams. Who's that?
What?
Maddie Williams.
Maddie's in the chat.
Oh.
There's a person in
Oh, I'm sorry, Maddie. That b-ball player was the worst. Like that was just awful.
What season was that? What season?
I don't know what season it was. I don't know what city it was, but it was recent. Or I recently watched it. Yep. Brett trash. The basketball player. He was 6'8" at bars cheating like
like people not gonna know.
Like people not gonna right. Like nobody know who he is. Mike and Mika. Mike needs a seat in this league. Mike and Mika. You remember them?
Yeah, I do remember them. They got the annulment.
Brett was an angel compared to the rest. Yeah.
He was.
Yeah.
That's why I don't even include him in the trash conversation because Brett had his issues, but he was at least upfront with his issues.
Old girl from Dallas got arrested when leaving for the honeymoon. What? I remember somebody saying something about that. Katie questioned Luke's sexuality. Oh, okay, during the reunion based on some things. Okay, I remember that. Michael was passive, but sir, that's passive trash. Matt, the b-ball player, was trash and homeless. Right, he didn't have nowhere to live. I agree. Mike needs to be in the Trash Husband Hall of Fame. Yes, let's start
it. Maybe we need to do a video about the Trash Husband Hall of Fame.
He didn't come home either. Nope, he did not come home. Brett was on the season in Charlotte. Okay. Mike had 9 jobs over 13 episodes. He did, and he lied about all of them.
He was like, I'm a school administrator. I'm a
school teacher. I'm a school tutor.
I run an after-school program.
I do yoga. Well, I clean up at the yoga place on Tuesdays.
And the people are like, I don't even know him.
Right. Let's see. Matt left for days. Why we never saw it. I should have had a camera with him.
They need to just pin GoPros to them.
Right. Let's see. Katie was trash. Which one was Katie? Who was Katie? What season was Katie from?
You know. I think you can just go.
Yes,
right down
they couldn't go
okay.
on the honeymoon because of her criminal record. That's crazy.
You want to get in
so
there?
So horrible. Yep. Matt was season 8 with Deanna and Greg. Yep, that's what it was. We got to go with the couples that actually stuck together, that stood out, so I can remember who was who. Let's see. Henry's wife had no home either.
She did.
She didn't. She had a car.
She had, and she said stuff was in California.
Stuff was in California.
Whatever that meant.
And a masterful manipulator, very similar in tactic to Chris.
Talking about Katie.
Yeah. Always playing the victim. Katie and Derek. She was a dream killer.
I don't think I remember
that. Katie was with Derek. How about Chris said he only had one tattoo then? I signed the entire novel on his song. Right.
I don't remember his name. I try not to look directly into Chris.
Oh,
Katie was on the same season as Mike and Mika.
I gotta look it. I gotta see them to
Let
know
me
what
see if I can
season it
find a
was.
picture.
Cause Katie, I remember the name.
Married at
I
First
just
Sight.
don't remember the whatchamacallit.
Season 10.
Are we gonna talk about Zach who never ever moved in? I thought that was the trashiest thing you could ever do to somebody.
Katie
Like,
and Derek is who they're talking about?
yeah.
That's Katie.
Oh,
You remember her because I
yeah,
remember her.
she was terrible. Katie was awful, but Zach was terrible too because, like, I'm like, dude, just move in, man. It's like that's what you signed up for. Crazy. I don't know, Montre. I don't know. Greg was so lonely before Matt. He was reading Bible verses on the beanbag chair in the intro.
Talking about Deanna and Greg.
Yeah, yeah. Paige deserves some blame too. Always blaming God. Paige definitely needs to take credit for decisions that she's made in her life.
Alive.
Her life. Katie thought Taylor was flirting with Derek. She did.
I remember that.
I was
That
like,
was when they were on the couples
retreat.
retreat.
Yeah. They only had a few throwed lines too. Mm-hmm. Little white couple from season one. He was a firefighter. They stayed married for a while, then got divorced.
They probably stayed married because this was new and they didn't want to break up on
Yeah.
TV.
What season was Zach on? He really didn't move in. No, he really didn't move in. And he was like, I don't want to move in. I don't know what was the reason he did. And then he was trying to talk to the girl friend.
Hey, don't do that.
Who was like a bridesmaid at the wedding, I think. Was she a bridesmaid?
Mm-hmm. She was a friend.
She was a friend of the
because they were like texting about the wife.
Right. Quote unquote about the wife. But they was trying to
and another friend had to like tell her what was going on.
Katie and Zach went out on a date after. Yep, trash. Greg and Deanna are still my faves. I still don't know who my favorite couple is.
I don't have a favorite couple.
I would have to say Jeffy and Shanice, even though I don't keep up with them now. But
I don't keep up with very many of them. I see things here and there, but not keep up. Mia and Tristan was the one that got arrested at the airport. She had a warrant that came up after Married at First Sight did their background check. It was for stalking and fraud. Wow. Wait a minute.
Wow. Katie was horrible.
When I typed Mia and it said Tristan, Married at First Sight.
And so was her face. She was less than average. Oh man, less than average. No, Zach never moved in with his bride. Mindy, that was her now. I couldn't remember her name. Mindy. I think he's been the only spouse to never want to. Yep, he has. I haven't seen anybody else. Paige has officially made it to the top of my prayer list. I did that one. You do this, man. I'm going too slow. Ain't
No, you're fine.
Oh,
the white girl was married to Dr. Jessica's fiance. I think her name was Molly. Was mean. She said she wanted to vomit when he touched her. She was blonde.
Right. That was like that was mean. That was a lot. And he recorded her on TV on the thing.
Luke and her was having sex the whole time. Paige has officially made. Oh yeah, you read that one. I'm loving Miles and Karen now on their YouTube channel. I have a hard time with their energy with YouTube, but that's nothing against them. That's just I'm used to watching people that are a little bit more animated.
Oh yeah. Are we animated?
Probably not. We're probably boring to some people, and that's fine. Like everybody isn't for everybody, and I don't take it as a like jab at them. It's just everybody's not for everybody.
I just try.
But like I like Woody and Amani on this side, but I don't watch their YouTube channel either. Yeah. After Mika caught Michael lying about the offer letter, she got so fed up she broke the fourth wall and was like, Montre. Who's y'all favorite husband from all the seasons? I got nothing. I got nothing. I can't think of anyone that has been like oh my God, they're a great couple or he's a great husband. I was so proud of Mindy for kicking Zach to the curb. I thought she was going to stick with it. I'm glad she did. I was very proud of her for the way that she handled everything with him. I did. I didn't watch the full season, but like if there's 16 episodes, I probably caught like 9 of them. So I was invested enough to know what was going on. Dr. Jessica was like, if you don't want him, Molly, and they still married.
Right. She's like, I'll take him.
I did like Keith and Christine.
That's Philly, right?
I know Christine is the realtor.
That's the one they got in a big champagne glass for their date night. Yeah. They was in Philly.
Yeah, I don't remember. Jeffy and Shanice was the first black couple to stay together in Black History.
They brought me to this show.
Yeah. He found a video of Jeffy and Shanice on YouTube and was like, I gotta see this. I gotta figure this out. Because it was like a montage of just their relationship.
Yeah.
And so he was like super into it, but I would only watch Jeffy and Shanice, their season in passing. And then I think I finally sat down and attempted to watch a season with you, the season that Iris was on there.
Yeah.
But Tommy didn't go in order.
Nah, I bounced around. Like I watched Jeffy them season, which I think was season 6, and then I think I jumped to like 8 or 9 or something like that.
Yeah,
I went back and watched like
Chicago.
5.
I think that was season 4.
Yeah, season 4
with,
or 5.
Nate and old line Nate.
Old Nate with his little brother, and I jumped around a lot.
Yeah, we haven't watched anything in order. It was just.
Except like the last 3.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I felt like Tommy was just like scouting for the black people. And I just kind of got caught up along the way. Woody is my favorite husband. I can see that. I didn't know what to expect from Woody in the beginning, but I came around to like feeling like everything was like he was a very endearing person. And I could finally take him for face value, but he felt way too flashy for me in the beginning, and I think that was one of the things that like made me not like him in the very beginning. If Shanice didn't get pregnant,
man, they wouldn't make it. Didn't make it.
Relationship because Jeffy had a hard time accepting that he was married.
Yeah, he did. He had to come to a realization.
I like the vibe you guys create with the background music during reviews.
I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
All this one right here.
Spent hours listening to music.
He really does. And then he'll play me 2 songs that sound the same. Be like, which one? No. Deanna and Greg seem the most mature and marriage-minded and well-paced and just a joy. Also, they love the Lord, so I'm biased. I do like Deanna and Greg. I wasn't truly invested in their season, but from like I watched.
Who was on the season with you?
No, that's why I know I wasn't invested. It
was somebody crazy in there too. Oh, that was the dude, the older couple. Anyway, go ahead.
I don't know. But I did watch them on Couples Cam for like 2 episodes, and I was like, oh, they're nice. And they're like part of my, it doesn't have to be dramatic to like be interesting or to be a good season, but I'm also bad because I didn't get invested in it either.
Oh, she talking about me. What season was that?
I like Keith for tolerating Iris. I like Benny for embracing Amelia. I like Miles for being so patient. I enjoyed like watching Miles be patient. And I like Bennett in general. Like a lot of people were like, Bennett is weird. And I was like, give me more Bennett. Just make sure he took a bath that day. Because he said he didn't bathe every day. Because he didn't wear deodorant, right?
Right.
And he uses 1 square toilet paper. Woody is a very good husband because you can tell he was so ready to be married.
Yeah, you could.
I didn't feel that in the beginning, but I'll take that as, my fault for not accepting and understanding, but enjoying them now. Woody was a shock. I felt like I was judgmental, although he's not for me. He was so transparent and honest. That's how I felt about Woody. Happy pre-Valentine's Day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Same to you. Happy Valentine's Day. Shanice didn't give him a chance to adjust. She weaponized her tears. He did come around, but for the longest time, I did not like her. It was a lot of tears with Shanice. I remember walking in the room with Tommy and be like, why is she crying? I was worried about Woody in the beginning too, but I'm glad he was a good guy in the end. It seemed like they want to villainize the black men on this show sometimes. Ma'am, let's not do that. Woody was cool once I took him for who he is. I think that they tried to villainize Woody, but then they made Miles be the fan favorite by, you know, saying that he wasn't being embraced by his wife because of being emotional. Woody is the male version of me. He is, I can see that, like, he's a little like, look at what I got on. I'm the life of the party. But he needed Amani to, like, calm that spirit. Even though she is very, like, she's willing to be fun with him, she kind of grounds his personality. I think they villainize everyone. I love Amani and Woody and Deanna and Greg. Deanna and Greg is my favorite couple. They didn't try the stereotypical black storyline, submission, traditional, religious with them. They just let them be regular. I think most of us were worried about Woody in the beginning. Yep. This was my first season, but y'all made me want to watch the Woody and the Mike. Go back and watch last season and then go back and watch, like, people's reaction videos because, like, Karen wore us out that season.
Yeah.
Like, Karen wore us out. I think that we all villainized Karen and then Henry or Christina, depending on which side you were on, instead of just, like, agreeing to disagree that they were not a match for each other. And then Brett was villainized too. I don't think it's a white-black thing. Yeah, I think it's a they want mess. Exactly like I need Lee. Yes, he is the grounding. But that's kind of like, Tommy is, like, very much so outgoing, life of the party. And I'm just like,
am I?
Yes, you are. And I'm just like, I'll be sitting right here when you get done. I love his speech at the end. I like how Monty told Woody that he was enough. Like, that was so heartfelt at the end when he gave her the ring. Like, he was sweating hard. And, you know, he laid it all out. But, like, he really found the one for him. And, like, I was happy to see that with them. Last season was entertaining. It absolutely was. They tried to make, I don't know, Woody like they doing Chris now. Oh, they tried to make Woody like they're doing Chris now.
Yeah.
They did, but Woody wasn't giving Chris
Woody was
manipulating.
Like Woody.
He wasn't giving the manipulating vibes. Like, they tried to make us think certain things, like with the wasn't it like a conversation about the DMs or something?
Yeah.
When Amani went off on him.
Yeah.
During the stay-at-home orders, but Woody was like, I'm not doing all that, like, whatever.
Right. We ain't doing that right now.
I want to watch Couples Camp, but I'm still low-key mad at Karen. I'm glad they worked out, but she is exhausting.
Yep.
Yeah. And I just don't think that Karen has the energy to make me want to just, like, dive deep into their relationship. Brandon from the DC season should be a first ballot trash husband Hall of Fame.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Trying to, like, fight that girl when she was, fight, like, the dude that she was on a date with at a bar because they had, like, restraining orders against each other. Like, they were wild. That's why Tommy my favorite cousin. Yeah, these two.
What did I do?
You and Regina are, like, outgoing. These two together at events, a lot. This season has me stressed. Season 10, trauma stress. Who was season 10?
Season 10 was, I can't remember, man. Who was the couples in season 10?
Married at First Sight, season 10. I won't give you no couples names.
Oh, that was Brandon.
Brandon and Tyler and Michael and Mika.
Yeah, I don't be knowing the numbers of season 10.
And then there's a couple. 10. There's a couple that I always forget their names. Jessica and Austin. Like they were like the least problematic at the end, and we like completely forgot about them because there was like nothing going on. But just, I mean, Taylor and Brandon, whew. I hated how Monty joked about wanting a divorce though. That was not cool. I think that was just like that was for TV.
Yeah, she had all of us on our toes.
She
Then
didn't have me on my toes. I was like, that girl in love with him.
I was like,
It was
no.
entertaining to say the least. Black love over drama. So I got it on a shirt. Black love. So do y'all think they have increased the messiness over the seasons?
Yeah.
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 Like this is the worst I've seen.
Yeah.
Personally.
Before this season, the most messy was Brandon and Taylor.
But it wasn't an ex or
Yeah.
a baby included.
They edit the show in a way to make people look bad, but the Paige and Chris situation is a hot mess in the most genuine way. Yeah, there's no way to edit. I got married to you, but I also got some other girl pregnant right before this. There's no way to edit that and make it look good. Deanna and Greg, season 10 equals DC. Yeah, Taylor wasn't any better. Me too. Karen loves sisterhood, but I have no energy for her. Yeah, I mean, like I'm rooting for them. Like I want the two of them to work out. Like I want them to be happily ever after. There's no ill will, but I'm not entertained. And I mean, I don't have to be entertained by a relationship, but in order for me to watch it on TV, I have to be entertained. Chris is just trash juice. I can't with him. Going to bed. Love the dialogue. All the success for your channel. And those in the chat, subscribe now for more great content and give them a thumbs up. Thank you. We really appreciate it. We are actually about to go to bed as well. As you see, we got Sleepyhead Junior right here. She should have been asleep, but she's been trying to stick it out and not go lay down in her bed.
And Sleepyhead Senior right here.
You sleepy too?
I just want to watch another movie.
Oh, okay. Good night. Let's see. The Miss is real. I'll go through the last few comments and then we're going to probably call it a night too. Yes, the Miss is real. Doug is my favorite husband. Season 1. That's Jamie's husband, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm going to watch season 1. I'm committed. As much as I love Married at First Sight, the next season is worse than this season. I'm going to have to tap out. I can see that.
I'm with you.
Usually the Miss starts at the honeymoon, but Chris got it popping during the matchmaking special. I'm going to go watch. I love y'all.
Love y'all.
Different messes. Ron on season 2 seems like an Italian boss, if you know what I mean. People were like, is he really doing deals on TV? Wow. I didn't see season 2 either. I think the earliest season I've seen is maybe season 4. I think season 4 was Nate and Sheila.
Yeah.
Thumbs up and
Thumbs up. Hit the subscribe.
Dougie, super simp. Enjoyed it. Good night. This was great. Well, thank you guys for joining us again. I guess we'll try to get another Friday Night Live up next Friday as well.
Yep. Enjoy your Valentine's Day. Enjoy your birthday. I pray you're blessed with many more. Thank you. Thank you. We work on that. You guys enjoy my birthday for me too. Take your shots, take your drinks, do whatever. You got a few more hours left, so enjoy.
I agree, Anthony. Thank you for hosting. Happy birthday, time.
Thank you.
All right, Lily, will you tell everybody night? Wave bye. They can't see your hand. There you go. All right, guys.
Good night.
Lily
guys.
says good night too. Bye, y'all.